Oh, I wonder how you made it all so good. With a promise, did what you said you would. Oh, I wonder why you're so good to me, and you never leave. Oh, I wonder when joy turns into praise, and it welcomes everyone we've made. Oh, I wonder, you open up my eyes, you change my mind. So we celebrate, 'cause we're not afraid of the mystery. With a little faith and a lot of grace, we can celebrate. Wonder, wonder. Oh, I wonder how I see you everywhere. I remember, and it makes me want to share. Oh, I wonder, I feel you as I serve, how the last are first. So we celebrate, 'cause we're not afraid of the mystery. With a little faith and a lot of grace, we can celebrate. Wonder, wonder. No matter where we look, we find you glorious. You made us very good, and you made us curious. So whether in the soil or in the stars above, oh, we can see your face, oh, we can feel your love. I wonder how justice leads to peace, how we're different, but we're all family. Oh, I wonder how you make me strong, full of hope and a song. So we celebrate, 'cause we're not afraid of the mystery. With a little faith and a lot of grace, we can celebrate. Wonder, 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 wonder.
Hey everybody, it's week 3, even though I look like I'm still in week 2. Maggie and I are pre-recording weeks 2 and 3 together because I'm going to go on vacation for a few weeks. So this will be on the Sunday that I get back, September 20th. So I hope you guys enjoyed today and don't laugh at us too much because we look the same in our clothes. It's the same clothes. But the things you're going to need today from your bag of goodies that we sent home are, and if you don't have this bag because you didn't pick it up, then you might need to pause and go see if you can find these items. But in your email packet, you've got this photo frame that you'll need to color and you'll cut out. And so we'll walk through that with you in a little bit. So you'll need a pair of scissors to be able to cut it. And then in your bag, if you picked it up, you've got a piece of ribbon. You can either use this or some tape. Either one. If you have a hole punch, then you can make a hole in it and you can hang it with this, or you can put tape on the back. Maggie will show you that in a little bit. Also in the bag, you've got a dice. Do you guys know what dice are? So it's for games. So you might have a game where you have a dice. But if you don't, and you did pick up your bag, there's one for you in the bag. What else do we need today? Oh, and there's some stickers. So there's a few stickers in your bag if you picked it up, but you'll want to find some stickers. Last thing we'll need for the last activity for today, if you have a handheld mirror or you have another mirror in your house that you can move close to where you're watching this, if you want to grab that too, that'd be great. Otherwise, you can use a device with your camera on it so you can see yourself, because we're going to look at ourselves for the activity. So with that, I'm going to have Maggie come up and we're going to sing Very Good, our Unit 1 song for Sunday school.
Hi kids. I hope you're ready to get up and sing and dance and move and groove along. And we're gonna sing Very Good one more time. Or actually, we'll have 2 more times on this song before we switch units. So sing along with me. I hope you'll remember some of this from the previous weeks. You did first things first. You dreamed of the earth, and with just a word, you made it so good. All the stars aligned, just like in your mind. Everything in time, you made it so good. Everything in its place, filling up empty space, marveling at what you made, we say. You made it all, you made it very good. Sudden bursts of light, everywhere inside. Water, earth, and sky. You made it all so good. Everything in its place, filling up empty space, marveling at what you made, we say. You made it all, you made it very good. And to care for all this wonder, you made us a breath and dust. And we were made to need each other, perfectly reflecting your love. So everything is in its place. All your words are taking shape, so we give thanks for right, kids, Pastor Ryan's going to come back over now and share with you this week's Bible story.
So I have my Celebrate Wonder Bible Story book, and we're going to look at week 3 today. This week it's called God Creates People. And it's taken out of a paraphrase out of chapter 1, verse 26 to chapter 2, verse 4 in Genesis. God saw how good creation was, but something was missing. God made one last creation. Let there be people. The people appeared. God saw the people and said, "People are very good. People will take care of my creation. People will care for day and night. People will care for the sky, the stars, the sea, and the earth. People will care for the plants, the animals in the sea, and the birds and the land animals." God saw all creation and called it very good. So for I wonder today, I wonder how God can see, or let's read that over and start over. How can you care for God's creation is the question that you need to think about today. How can you care for God's creation? And here's the picture from today's story. So now, we're gonna listen to Laura, who is one of our Sunday school teachers, read to you out of the Bible's version of the story I just read you. And then we'll watch the video from Cokesbury, our company from the curriculum.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing well. I miss seeing your faces at Walnut Hills. My name is Laura and I'm so excited because today I get to share the Bible story with you. So I hope you're ready to listen to the Bible's version of the story that Pastor Ryan and Maggie just shared with you. Today's story comes to us from Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 through chapter 2, verse 4. Then God said, "Let us make humanity in our image to resemble us, so that they may take charge of the fish of the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the earth, and all the crawling things on earth." God created humanity in God's own image. In the divine image, God created them. Male and female, God created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fertile and multiply, fill the earth and master it. Take charge of the fish of the sea, the birds in the sky, and everything crawling on the ground." Then God said, "I now give to you all the plants on the earth that yield seeds, and all the trees whose fruit produces its seeds within it. These will be your food. To all wildlife, to all the birds in the sky, and to everything crawling on the ground, to everything that breathes, I give all the green grasses for food." And that's what happened. God saw everything he had made. It was supremely good. There was evening and there was morning, the 6th day. The heavens and the earth and all who live in them were completed. On the 6th day, God completed all the work that he had done, and on the 7th day, God rested from all the work that he had done. God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on it, God rested from all the work of creation. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. I hope you enjoyed our Bible story today. Thank you.
Greetings, friends. It's Carly. In our scripture, we are still walking through this amazing story of God's creativity. God already made different times called night and day. God had already created homes for living things, both of the land and the sea. Then God filled these places with plants and animals of all kinds. And then God created human beings. That's us. Have you ever thought you were an expression of God's creativity? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? God sees someone good. You are good. When God created humans, God created them in God's own image. What does that mean? take a deep breath in and release it. It means God's breath is inside you. The coolest thing is that God didn't just randomly put humans here. We were put here with a responsibility. We were given the opportunity to be in charge, not to boss everything around, but to take care of it. We are to care for each other, the earth, the plants, and animals, and everything else on this earth. Wow, that can seem like a lot, but when we work on it together and we all take a piece of the responsibility, we can really care for all living things. In my house, my mom makes me and my 2 siblings all clean the house as our chore. When one of us doesn't help, it makes so much more work for the other 2, and sometimes it's too much to handle. When everyone doesn't help, the dishes don't get clean or the towels don't get folded. It's our responsibility to help care for our home, and it's so much better when we work on it together. When we all work together, our house is taken care of, and it's a great place for us to be. God gave all of us the responsibility to take care of the home that we all share, the earth. The earth is so beautiful, and we get to be a part of the story of creation. Our amazing job is to take care of all the living things in the earth, including each other. How can you help care for the earth and the living things in it? It would be much better if we can all play a part. Now, it's time for you to wonder.
Thanks for listening to the story and for watching our video, kids. So now we're going to take some time to wonder again. So if you have your Wonder Cube that you assembled in week 1, we're going to go ahead and give this a little roll here. We'll see if it ends up on the floor again. All right, this week my question says, I wonder if you could be any character in the Bible story, what character would you be and why? There's not a whole lot of characters in our Bible story this week because our characters are, well, he talks about God creating people, but we don't really hear about anything that they're doing besides creating. So I guess I would say I would want to be God and use my creativity to come out with how to create the world in my image. And one other question, oopsie, I turned it. What did the Bible story teach you? Well, I guess one thing that the Bible story taught me is that God thought all of God's creations were good. So we were getting to the end of the creation story where we've created light and dark and the water and the land and the plants and the animals and now people. And God thought every single one of God's creations was good. And so I think that probably means God thinks I'm pretty good too. I hope you feel that way as well. So now we are going to look in our Wonder Box. As we get ready to open it, I want you to think, what does it mean to be created in God's image? And why do you think God created so many different kinds of people and living things? Because there are quite a few. So let's see what's in our Wonder Box today.
So I have our box here. And it's cool, right? You guys, we haven't talked about the box itself, but there's all kinds of colors of polka dots all over it, right? So I thought that was kind of neat when I found it. So if I open it, there's pictures of people that I don't know in here, and they all look different. So there's this guy. You guys see these? Let's get a little closer, maybe. Here we go. So there's one. There's a girl. A woman.
So how do these pictures relate to the Bible story that we heard today?
So if I think about it, and I look at these people, they're all very different, right? They all look different, but they're still people. Just like in creation, how all the living creatures are different, but they're all living creatures. So this is how God's creativity comes out.
I think another thing that it reminds me of is that every single person is created in God's image because we don't really know what God looks like, right? It's not just one single person who is created in the image of God. We are all God's beloved children and we are all created in God's image. So whether We have blonde hair or brown skin or black skin or white skin. Every single one of us is created in God's image, so we need to show God's love to one another no matter what, right?
Right.
All right, we are going to start with our activities for today. So, as Pastor Ryan already told you, one of the things that we need for today's activity is this photo frame printout. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a photo frame. So our Bible story says God created humans in God's own image and saw that what God had created was supremely good. Supremely good. That's a great phrase, don't you think? Supremely good. And that means you and me and all of us. We're all supremely good. So let's make a photo frame that you can put a photo in to remind you that you are God's good creation. So I already went ahead and colored my photo frame and cut it out. So if you want to hit pause and color yours or start coloring them while I'm talking, I chose to color mine with a rainbow because I just thought it was fun. I wanted it to be really bright and colorful. And so what I am going to do then is I am going to take a marker. I'm missing my black, but that's okay. I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to write the words, got it. Yeah, that was take one, kids. I didn't fumble it. So I'm going to write the words supremely good on my photo frame so that it helps me remember that. Now, if you are thinking, Maggie, I have no idea how to spell the word supremely. Well, you could write very good, V-E-R-Y. You could just write good. I can go ahead and write supremely. You know what? I'm not the best speller either, kids. So I can go ahead and write see, I was afraid I would miss or the word very. And here's the word good. Otherwise, you could write I am created in God's image. You could write God loves me, Jesus loves me. You could draw hearts. Or if you just wanted to color your photo frame and not write any words on it, that'd be fine too. So I'm going to write supremely good. See that? Pastor Ryan's going to do a little zoomy zoom. So now, as you probably noticed when you were coloring and cutting your photo frame, there is a rectangle in the middle of your frame so that we can cut this out. This is going to fit a picture that is a 5x7 picture. So after you get it cut out, we're going to do it similar to the last week where you cut out to the edge and cut out that center rectangle. After you cut out that center rectangle, you can ask your parents to order or print out, or maybe you have an old school photo from those packets that your parents buy, but then probably never give all the pictures away because they give you lots of photos in them. Ask if they've got a 5x7 in there. Or you could color a picture of yourself. You can make your own self-portrait. So once you've cut that out, then you've got a space. Now, I don't have a picture of myself handy, so I'm just going to show you. This picture is a little too big. But when you put that 5x7 picture in there, then you will be supremely good in there. Now, we've also included some stickers in there if you wanted to include your stickers on your photo frame. If you've got some other stickers at home or sequins you wanted to glue on it or glitter, you could make this photo frame as extravagant and creative or as simple as you wanted, because simple can be creative too. Now this ribbon, this piece of curling ribbon that you've got, there's two different ways that you can make this so that you can hang your frame. So the first way is that if you have a hole punch at home or a 3-hole punch that you can figure out how to insert this under and look very carefully to punch just one hole, you could punch a hole in this and run this ribbon through and tie it so that it hangs. Now for right now, since we figured that some of you probably wouldn't have a 3-hole punch at home, which is totally fine because, or a single hole punch or a 3-hole punch maybe. I know I don't have a single hole puncher at home. So what I did was I cut this ribbon about the length that I want it. Now, just to make it a little easier, we're just gonna grab some tape. And it can be any tape. It can be clear tape, masking tape. If you've got duct tape at home that you want to use for some reason, that's fine too. And we're just gonna take that frame and tape this ribbon onto the back. My tape's a little fat, guys. And then we can hang our photo frame just like that so that we can see our lovely photo. Actually, I'll do this after we're done with this. Then once we're all finished, it will look like this. And you can hang it up in your room and it'll be your reminder that you are created in God's image and that you are supremely good. Very good, fantastic, absolutely wonderful, beloved child of God. Way to go, you. All right, now Pastor Ryan's gonna come back over because we are going to do our second activity, which is the activity that you are going to need your dice for.
So I got my dice here in my hand. You guys can see that. And let me fix the camera here real quick. Sorry guys, so we can see ourselves. Because Maggie and I are.
And I'm gonna write these questions on the board here because we're gonna be playing a game that has some questions. So I'll write them on the board while Pastor Ryan is talking and then I'll zoom in on them in a minute.
So we're gonna take the dice and then we're going to roll it. And if I roll the dice, then I will have Maggie answer the question of the number that's on the dice. And then she would do the same for me. So when it's my turn, then she'll roll the dice for me. And then I'll answer the question that's on the board. So we'll give Maggie a minute here to write those up on the board. Sorry, we didn't think about that ahead of time.
All right, so question 1
is, what is one thing you like about yourself? What is one thing that you like about yourself? So if you rolled a number 1 on the dice, then you would have your friend or your family member who's with you, or brother or sister, answer that question. The second question is, what is a nice thing you can say about someone in the group of people that you're with? Number 3 is, what is one thing you want others to know about you? Now, that might be a little bit hard to answer if you're with your family, which you should be, right? But there might be something that your brother or sister or your mom or dad don't know.
Or maybe it's a feeling. Maybe it's a feeling about how you're feeling today, or about school starting, or about your year, or something exciting coming up. It doesn't have to be something brand new about you. It might be something that's just how you are today.
Number 4 is, what makes you happy? Number 5 is, what is one way you can be kind to someone else? And number 6 is,
what is something you are grateful for?
So I'm going to take this dice and I'm going to roll it, and we'll see what Maggie has to answer first. She gets to answer number 1. What is one thing that you like about yourself?
One thing that I like about myself, and I don't think that you'll be overly surprised to hear this, is I like my singing voice. I like the fact that I feel good about singing and how I'm able to do it. I'm going to zoom in on these questions while we do this so that if you've got your dice at home, you can answer these. And I'm sorry for my chicken scratch. I wrote as fast as I possibly could.
Remember, you can always pause the video so you can do this for a few rounds. So now Maggie's going to take a turn and roll it for me.
So Pastor Ryan got question 6. What is something you are grateful for?
What am I grateful for? So today, actually, it's September 4th, not 20th, even though this is for September 20th. Today is my birthday, actually. And I guess I'm thankful that I have the ability to buy the birthday cake that I want. So that'll be kind of fun because I haven't had this type of cake in a really long time. So I'm excited about that. And I'm thankful for my dogs. at home. They're both crazy and they like to sleep and cuddle with me at night, so that makes me happy.
All right, we're gonna do one more time through. Pastor Ryan got one.
I got the
again.
same number for Maggie, so we're gonna try again. 5.
5. What is one way you can be kind to someone else? One way that I think that I can be kind to someone else is to help, especially right now, the people in my family, is to help them with activities or help them with stuff around the house that needs to be done, which can be kind of hard since we're all at home. Another way to be kind to somebody is, I don't know if you've ever done this, but sometimes when you go through the drive-thru at a coffee place, you can pay for the person in line behind you. That's just an unexpected way to brighten somebody's day. All right, Pastor Ryan's gonna answer one more. Oh, he got number 1. What is one thing you like about yourself, Pastor Ryan?
One thing that I like about myself is that I, what do I like about myself? I don't know. I haven't thought about that before. That's kind of hard to answer, right? So sometimes we all don't think about ourselves as much as we think about other people. And I tend to think about other people first. So it's important though that we remember that we need to care about ourselves and think about ourselves. One
thing I like about Pastor Ryan, go ahead and zoom out, Ryan, because we're going to go to another thing. One thing I like about Pastor Ryan is that Pastor Ryan is such a good helper. He is really good at doing teamwork. I know in the past year since Ryan has been here, he and I have worked together on a lot of things, and he's really good about just helping me and being a team player and working as a team. And that's so important, not only when you're a kid and when you're playing on a sports team, but when you're a grown-up and you have a job with real coworkers. And so I really like that about Pastor Ryan. And also, he's kind of funny, too. I like that about Pastor Ryan, too. And it's so happy that it's his birthday. Not when you're watching this. All right, kids, we're going to do our spiritual practice for the week. So I'm going to grab something real quick for the spiritual practice here. I just want to remind you that Pastor Ryan told you if you've got a handheld mirror at home, if you've got a picture of yourself, if you've got a cell phone or tablet that has a camera that's forward facing that you can open up so that you can see yourself in the camera, that would work. If you don't have any of those options, see, I have this big mirror from my office right here that I sometimes use to help people when they're singing to make sure their face and tongue are in the right position. Isn't that funny? But what we want you to do is we want you to have it so that you can see yourself in the mirror. Okay, if you don't have any of those choices, if you don't have a picture or a device you can open or a handheld mirror, you could go to the mirror in your bathroom when we're done and do this, but if you just close your eyes and picture yourself in your imagination, that would be another way to do it if you don't have any of these options available to you. So I want you to just remember that. So as we start our spiritual practice, remember, a spiritual practice doesn't have to be the same every week. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's about thinking about God and connecting with God and keeping God in your heart and in your mind as we're doing this. That matters, not whether or not it's absolutely perfect. So I want you to look in your mirror or your device or your picture yourself in your mind, and I want you to say, I am special. So I'm going to look at myself. I am special. Then you can say, I am amazing. I am supremely good. You can say that. I am very good. I am God's beloved child. So I want you to say those things to yourself in the mirror. So this week, whenever you see yourself in the mirror, when you're getting ready for school in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, I want you to remember to think to yourself, I am special. I am supremely good, or I am very good. And keep that in mind for this week.
So as we close today, we're going to pray together. So repeat after me, everybody. Dear God.
Dear God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For making each of us.
For making each of us.
as beautiful
as beautiful
and special
and special
as we are.
as we are.
And thank you
And thank you
for making us
for making us
in your image.
in your image.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys in next week for week 4. Have a good week.